I'm really confused. My friend's husband is sleeping with my house girl. Instead of you to complete your FBI work before telling your husband, now everybody don't mount their guard. You carry a full-grown adult keep for your house as house help, and you are here asking us questions. Because if she had a 12-year-old maid, they would have said, oh, so you're using child labor. Madam, you're a slave owner. This one said, in fact, your husband introduced them as he has experienced her superpowers. Hi guys, welcome back to True Tales and Thoughts. So today we're going to be reading some stories about people's friendships from the Instagram page Joro Ulumofin. You guys, I'm so sorry because my voice sounds quite husky, and that's just because I've been suffering from a very bad cold. So please just bear with me, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, like the video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first story says, am I a bad friend? Please advise. Good morning, Joro. Anonymous. My friend and her ex broke up in March this year. They dated for about 3 years. Before they broke up, I used to talk to him. We had each other's number. I met him through my friend. After they broke up, he and I still talk. He likes and comments on my pictures on Instagram. I like his pictures too, and my friend called me to say I should unfollow him and stop talking to him. I said I can't. We ended up having a heated argument. Wait, am I wrong? 2 of our friends are calling me a bad friend. Am I a bad friend? Well, for me, this one is quite easy. You're not a bad friend. I would not say you are a bad friend, but I would say you are acting inappropriately. In my personal opinion, there's no reason why you should not be able to cut contact with your friend's ex. Where does your loyalty lie, my dear? Where does your loyalty lie? Because I believe that if your friend was dating this guy and you used to talk to him, that was when this guy was in her good books. Now that this guy is no longer in her good books, they've broken up. What is tying you so closely to him that you cannot, for your friend's sake, cease communication with him? What is that exactly? Why do you feel the absolute need to talk to this person? Are you having something for him? Do you like him? Do you want to date him? Because apart from that, I don't understand why you cannot cease contact with this person. Why? Why exactly? I personally believe that loyalty lies with the people who we call our friends and family. I don't see why. For instance, let's just imagine that my sister is married to somebody, and then they have this bitter divorce, and they go their separate ways, and they're not talking, and they hate each other. My sister hates him with all her heart, and it's just messy. And when my sister was married to this person, I used to talk to them, I used to call them, we used to have a relationship, and now this whole thing is over. From the day my sister says, oh, it's over, I hate this person, say no more. Say no more. The person does not, I don't personally have to have a grudge against them or anything, but I am ceasing contact. Whatever relationship I had with this person is over. From the time my sister says I am done, I am also done, because the only reason why I'm having a relationship with you is because you were in my sister's good books and my sister was having a relationship with you. But from the time that relationship ceases, same. Because I don't see what ties me to you apart from my sister. The link that we have is my sister. So if that link no longer exists, what ties us together? I have no problem cutting you off. So this friend's reaction is quite strange. You should not have such a hard time cutting off someone your friend is no longer in good terms with. Because how come you're more loyal to this guy than your friend? If you like him, just tell us, okay? Don't come and tell us half truths. If you want to date him, or if you've been eyeing him while your friend was in him and now they're no longer together, you want to date him, just tell us that. We'll understand. But now this does not make sense. She even got into an argument because of this guy. Come on, girls, you can do better. I will not say you're a bad friend, but I think your behavior is very inappropriate and maybe you just don't know better. But this is definitely not okay. Let's go to the comment section and see what other people have to say. This one said, you self, stop talking to her ex if it makes her feel bad. Put yourself in her shoes. I know that shouldn't be so hard, but she seems to have other things going on with this guy. So this one said, my loyalty is to my friend, not her boyfriend, fiance, or husband. Exactly. This one said, I don't understand why some ladies will want their friend to cut ties with a guy just because they aren't together anymore. The fact that your relationship didn't work with the person doesn't mean it won't work for your friend. But if she wants to date this guy, why can't she not just tell us that, oh, I actually like him and want to date him, because now she's not explained to us why she can't cut ties with this guy. Why can you not cut ties with him? Is it because you want to have a relationship? She's not giving us that detail. So from the information that we have, it doesn't make sense that she's so much glued to this guy to the point where she cannot cease contact with him for the sake of her friend. We don't understand that because she's not giving up that information. This one said, why would you be talking to your friend's man in the first place? Waiting when they discuss. That's the thing. Do you guys, tell me what you guys think, right? Do you guys think it's okay to have a friendship with your friend's husband or boyfriend? The kind of friendship where you talk in the absence of your friend. Do you think that's okay? Personally, I don't think that's okay. Unless probably I knew the person before they got with my friend. Then we can just carry on the relationship we had. But this thing of having a relationship wherein you talk to your friend's husband or boyfriend constantly in the absence of your friend. Depending on the kind of person, but I'm not really a big fan of that. I think my relationship with my friend's husband should be through my friend, especially if I knew the person through her. I don't see why we should have a relationship behind her. There's no need for that. I can just have a relationship through my friend, It's just more comfortable that way, in my opinion. This one said, is she still in love with her ex? Because I don't find any offense in my friend talking to my ex. So me, I don't move on. My friends and family will still talk to my ex. He and my brother still hang out, and that's their problem. Me, I don't block him and move on. What if her ex is her friend's husband? That's the thing, right? Personally, I would not have any problem with my friend talking to my ex. I don't care. That is absolutely not an issue to me. In fact, I will have no problem with my friend dating my ex. Especially if I know that this person is good for my friend. And even if the person is not good for my friend and my friend has chosen to date them, I have no problem with that. And even if we ended up on bad terms, I have absolutely no problem with that, right? I just see that maybe it didn't work for me. It's going to work for you. There's no problem. But in this particular situation, this girl has to complete her story because we don't understand why her loyalty lies with her friend's ex instead of her friend. Madam, you need to explain. This one said, no loyalty. You are a bad friend. This has nothing to do with inheriting enemies. When you see him on the road, greet him and pass. If he has not been entering your eyes since, which one is being chummy, liking and commenting on each other's pictures? I know, I feel like she has a thing for this guy. This one simply says, you are a bad friend. There you have it. Oh my God. This one said, I'll never understand the need to be close to your friend's partner or your partner's friends. I'll never understand it. Except you all were friends before the whole relationship started, you have no business forming close friendship with them now. I agree with this point. This one said, you have no business talking to your friend's ex if you guys weren't friends before they started dating. It's not right in any way unless she's cool with it. Exactly. I feel like if the friend was okay with her talking to her ex, if she had moved on and had no problem with her still being in contact with the ex, that's a different story. But clearly your friend has a problem with that, but you insist to talk to this guy. You have an agenda. There's something more that you're not telling us. Come on, complete your story, yo. This one said, put yourself in her shoes. Stop talking to him. You're not a good friend. Trust me, if my friend tries to make friends with my ex, I will block her everywhere. But that's probably because you're not in good terms with the ex and you're not okay with it, right? This one said, most women on this platform will tell you you are a bad friend. If you are not the reason they broke up, then no one has the right to tell you who or who not to talk to. As long as your relationship is honest, don't discuss any private stuff about his ex-girlfriend with him. If the guy asks you out eventually, then you need to know what his intentions are. No human being should dictate to you who to choose to be friends with. This is correct, but I think it's also a question of loyalty. Where does your loyalty lie and what is important to you? Are you okay with losing your friend over the guy? That's a question you should be willing to answer, because sometimes in life, you can't eat your cake and have it. This one says, ladies should stop this thing of saying one's friends should stop talking to their ex. Omo, you don't know who was destined for who and what business the universe has planned for them. But the thing is, in this particular situation, if this girl is not okay with her friend talking to her ex, this might jeopardize their friendship. It's okay if she feels that she's willing to choose the guy over her friend, that's fine. But she should also be willing to deal with the consequences that come with her decision, which includes possibly losing her friendship. If she's okay with that, we cannot force her. We are adults. She has the right to make her own decisions, right? but she also has the responsibility to deal with the consequences of those decisions. Let's take the second to the last comment that says, if you were a genuine friend who truly cares for your friend, you will stop talking to her ex for her sake. But since her ex, they enter your eye, plus your coconut head no gree let you stay away. Duh. This one said, there's something called loyalty. If you are loyal to your friend, you would stop talking to her ex. Not talking to him doesn't mean you all are enemies, by the way. Exactly. The guy himself should understand that we were friends because you were dating my friend. Now that it's over, I have no business with you. I don't think he will even find anything wrong with that. It goes on to say, if he was your sister's ex, would you not stop talking to him if it hurts her feelings? Most people would, but trust me, there are also some people that would not, depending on their relationship with their sister. Personally, I'm inheriting all my sister's enemies, no questions asked. But that's just me. Well, let's take one more. Let's take a bonus comment. This one says, let's take two bonus comments. This one says, so because you are my friend's ex, I should automatically hate you. What if now you go link me up with who go help me in life? Everything no be sex and no be everybody go they follow una keep X for mind. Exactly. We're not saying that hate them, right? We're not saying that you should become arch enemies. We are saying cease communication with him. Maybe you think this person could be your destiny helper, or maybe you want to get into a relationship with them or anything. Maybe they'll turn out to be your husband. But we're just saying, if you value your friendship with your friend, if you choose your friend over the guy, cease contact with him. If not, be ready to lose your relationship with your friend and go ahead. And maybe it will be worth it. Maybe it will actually be worth it to get rid of your friend and choose the guy instead. You never know what life has in store for you. And this is finally our last comment that says, do you know what it means to be friends from afar at all? You can be cool with him without having any contact whatsoever. Moreover, your friend's boyfriend is not your friend. Your friend's ex-boyfriend is still not your friend. Nye, 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 nye. He likes my pictures. I like his pictures too. That's the thing. We're not asking you to be enemies. You can still see him when you see him at events. You can still be cordial, but just don't be talking to him like your friends. I would choose my friends and my family anytime over any type of ex-husband or ex-friend or ex-boyfriend or whatever, because my loyalty lies with my people. Well, you guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If you're in this girl's situation, what would you do? And what do you think about being friends with your friends' partners? Like being intimate friends with your friends' partners that you met through them. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section below, and let's go to the next story. I'm really confused. My friend's husband is sleeping with my house girl. Hi, Joro. Good evening. This is about my friend's husband, but I'm worried my husband is involved somehow too. My house girl has been staying with us for about 4 years now. She is beautiful and very hardworking. She is 24 years old now. I noticed a change in her behavior. She started getting a bit rude. She started wearing nice things her salary can't afford. I sent her to school. I thought maybe she has a boyfriend in school. I was coming from work one day and I saw her coming down from my husband's friend's car. They were both laughing. The surprising thing is, in my presence, she acts like she doesn't know him. She acts shy when he's around. I kept my distance and I was discreet. Then I just started watching her. She deleted all her chats and deleted her account balance. I transferred 1K to her account so I can see the balance. That was when I discovered that there was 315,000 there. I was in shock. I opened the account for her so she can help me buy things. I told my husband and he said he would talk to his friend. He was not angry nor surprised. His behavior was quite strange. I can't explain it. I told my husband I want to fire her. He said no, that I should wait. I don't know if I should tell my friend, because if my friend finds out later on that I've been keeping this a secret from her, she won't forgive me. My husband is acting strange. Please advise me. I just need outside opinion. I don't know what to do. Well, for this one, I'm quite suspicious of her husband, if I'm being very honest. Because why was he not surprised? Why did he not show any kind of emotion when she told him about this situation? And talking about her telling him, I don't think that was the right move to make. If my husband is cheating on me with my friend's maid, and my friend knows about it, I will not be happy if my friend does not tell me, if she does not at least give me a heads up. So I think in this woman's situation, she ought to get her friend on board so that they plan and tackle this issue together. Do you understand? I don't think there's any need for her to keep it a secret from her friend, but that also depends on if the friend is receptive to this kind of information. Because there's some kind of friends where you will tell them their husbands are being unfaithful, and they will think that you're the enemy of progress, whereas you're just trying to help them and give them a heads up about what's going on, given that you have information like this, right? But let's assume, for the sake of this story, that the friend is a kind of person that is receptive, right? I would advise her to tell her friend about it, and then they can plan to get rid of this little pest. I don't think that she should have told her husband, because now what she has succeeded by telling her husband is giving him a heads up. She's just alerted him that she knows. And if he's implicated in this, which I think he is, he's just going to go ahead and tell his friend. He's going to explain everything to his friend, and they're going to look for ways to be more careful in case anything happens. Because now she's told her husband that she's thinking of sending her away. So maybe this man can even try to get her an apartment and set her up outside, which makes matters even worse. He might even try to buy her a backup phone in case the woman takes her phone away from her. But I also understand the fact that she couldn't have known that her husband would be implicated. Maybe she was telling her husband and expecting her husband to be shocked, expecting him not to know about this. Unfortunately, she didn't get that reaction, consequently letting her know that her husband might be implicated, but now it's too late. The information is out. So I think that at this point, they need to act very fast. She needs to make up her mind, tell her friend, and then if they're getting rid of this girl, they need to do it fast before these men have any time to make a plan B. This parasite needs to be cut off from their family. They should probably throw her back to her parents in the village and seize her phone, seize everything. But at the same time, she'll probably try to find a way to get back to the city where they live and go to the man's house and, maybe go to his office or something. Oh gosh, this thing just pisses me off, because I feel like it would be quite difficult to get rid of this little pest. I would just like to talk about house helps in Africa in general. In Africa, people tend to take young people as house helps, right? I think when we go to the comment section, we're going to hear comments asking her how she could have a beautiful 24-year-old as her housemate. I already know. I know how things work in Africa, and I know that people are going to ask her that question. Personally, I think that it just depends on the kind of person you're working with. I would much rather have an adult as a house help, because if I take a younger child, maybe for instance, if I take like a 12-year-old as my house help, I would not be able to treat you as an employee. Let me just be very honest. I would not be able to treat you as an employee, because I would feel like you're my adopted child, because you're a child. It's just that simple. So I believe that she chose to have an adult so that it's easier for her to see this adult as an employee. When it comes to house helps in Africa, it is a complex thing, because bringing a young child to your house as a quote-unquote house help sometimes can change that child's life because of the situation that child would be in otherwise. It's just a very complex issue, guys. If you want us to talk about this one of these days, we can talk about it. On this channel, we'll also do commentary on different topics pertaining to mostly African issues, right? So if you want us to talk about this, you can just let me know in the comment section, and I can make a video to explain to you the dynamics of house helps in Africa. So yeah, I think that she's going to get a lot of fire in the comment section about the age and the beauty of a house help, but it's not that simple. So without further ado, let's just go to the comment section and see what other people are saying. The first comment says, you carry a full-grown adult keep for your house as house help, and you are here asking us questions. What exactly were you expecting? This one said, your husband is involved. Just find a day when your husband is not around. Send her back to the village. Collect her phone and break the SIM card. Plus check her bag to make sure she doesn't write their number somewhere, and let her know what is going on. This one said, codedly and suddenly send her back to her parents. Plan and execute it without her or either of the men knowing. Before she leaves, delete everything about your family and your friend's family from her phone. Preferably, buy her a brand new empty phone and keep the old one. Buy her a new SIM card also. Ensure she has zero contact and connection with anything that concerns you and your friend. This one said, instead of you to complete your FBI work before telling your husband, now everybody don't mount their guard. Ah, shit. That's the thing. That's the thing. Oh my goodness. This one said, if you sack her, your husband will show you shaky. Just be prepared. He and his friend will get her an apartment outside. People saying she is 24 years. What is wrong with a 24-year-old maid, please? This one said, if you just sack her and send her back to the village, my dear, you will see her back in town the next day. Most important thing here is to tell your friend first, giving your friend the privilege of coming to your house to confront her. Please remember to do video and send to us. Oh my god. Oh my god. This one said 24-year-old house help. Let's start from there. But guys, do you think it's bad to have a 24-year-old as your house help? Personally, I don't think that's a bad thing, depending on the kind of person that the 24-year-old is. You know, people are just different. This one said, what does Nigeria want, Seth? You carry a teenager as maid, they will insult you and say you're using as... Why does this always happen, guys? If you guys have been here for long enough, you know that this always happens. I would say something pertaining to a previous comment, and by the time I come to read the next comment, it's saying the exact same thing I just said. Why does this always happen? I don't know. At this point, it's a trend. You carry a teenager as maid, they will insult you and say you are using a child as a maid. Now you carry an adult, they are saying you will carry a full-grown adult as a maid. What do you finally want? The next one said, now you've told your husband, himself and his friend will be extremely careful. Tell your friend, both of you come up with a plan and sack her when your husbands aren't around. Collect her phone and search her belongings thoroughly. Take her back to her parents by yourself. Exactly. This one says, first take her to the bank to get a bank statement. From there, you will know her what's up. After that, take her back to where you got her from. When you are on your way, collect her phone and SIM card. And when you do that impromptu, she won't have any number written down. And watch your husband closely too. This one said, get her a statement of account that will reveal the truth and take it up from there. Involve your friend so that you both can get to the root of this whole thing. People complaining about the age of the maid are funny. Ain't you people still the same people that frown at underage maids? How do you satisfy humans? I know. Because if she had a 12-year-old maid, they would have said, oh, so you're using child labor. Madam, you're a slave owner. You know, now that she's having an adult as a maid, it's still a problem. My God. People, you just cannot satisfy people, can you? This one said, in fact, your husband introduced them as he has experienced her superpowers. The person goes on to say, why do some men lack discipline? It's sad and embarrassing for the women because I promise you, even if you discover your husband has been there is nothing you can do. You will forgive him and continue in the marriage, especially in Nigeria of today where bills are crippling. Well, maybe she's financially independent and can walk away from an abusive relationship. You just never know. Don't assume things. Let's take the second to the last comment that says, your husband, now the architect, the Pablo. Sorry sis, but I would advise you to give your friend anonymous information and remove every trace. Don't even tell your mate anything. Let your friend dabaru everything by herself, then pick it up from there and send her to her parents. I think this is very good advice. Wow. The last comment says, Madam, these comments will make you act rashly. Still maintain your steez and think very hard. Think of a solution wherein you won't be at the losing end and also make the right decision. I think your friend should know and you both should be on the same team. Plan well. Good luck. What do you guys think about this? Do you think her husband is involved or not? And if you're in this woman's situation, what would you do? Let me know in the comment section. So this brings us to the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching the video. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.